So it's not quite a right triangle. So there's an 80 here, 30 here. This side is 18. This side's my unknown. What's the proportion going to look like using the law of sines? Sine of what angle?
80 degrees.
Okay, sine of 80 over what?
18 x.
X. Angle over the opposite side. So the other one should be
30.
sine of 30.
Is it always going to be sine?
The law of sines always uses the sine of the angle. Yeah, Lauren? Okay.
Could you have done sine of 30 over 18 equals?
Yeah, you could do sine of 30 over 18, sine of 80 over x. And the thing that what a lot of students do with this is they forget the sine part. You get the proportions and the angles right, but it doesn't apply to the angles. It applies to the sines of the angles. So when I look these guys up in my table, the real proportion I'm solving is 0.985. And 30, that's 0.5, right? So I cross multiply, so I get 0.5x. Let's not make any silly mistakes with my calculator this time. 0.985 times 18, 17.73. And divide both sides by 0.5. 35.46.
Do you always round to the nearest hundred?
I generally round to the two decimal places for answers, and then three significant digits is a pretty good number. Plus, that's as good as I can get. The trig table I'm working on, this is the trig table I'm using, only is out to three significant figures. So I can't really go much further and still have it be relevant.
What if you only do like if you only did 17.64, you get like a slightly different answer.
Oh, when you multiplied these,
Um,
17.64 here.
yeah, like I did 0.98 instead of 985.
Yeah, I would say if you're using a trig table, let me start the whole thought over. Use as many significant figures as you can use for the technology you're working with. So if you have a calculator that does this all the way out and fills your entire screen, keep that in the screen as you keep working, because it'll save you some errors later. And partially because I'm going to want to see at least something accurate down with these guys here. If you just have an answer of 35 or 36, I'm like, nah, I don't know if they really got the big idea or not. And if your calculator screen, if you can fill that whole thing up, then yeah, keep that number in that screen while you keep working. Don't make yourself round it to two places, because that 0.5 does become relevant for many of the angles. Especially one like this, where it's very close to a 30, 60, 90, and so it's very close to being just plain double like it would be. But because this is a 980 and not 90, it does change this measurement a little bit. Makes it a little bit shorter. And again, this is another place where if you really know what you're working with, if this had been 90, this would be double it, or 36. But it's less than 90, so this is going to be less.